My name's David Becker, and I'm Director of PEW's Election Initiatives. So the Voting Information Project is a really challenging endeavor. It's designed to get a whole bunch of information out to a whole bunch of voters during a very stressful presidential election season and throughout the election season. And it involves a lot of partners, tech companies and government officials and people who work in the elections field. And coordinating all of them is very, very difficult. We were looking for a PR firm who could coordinate all of those very disparate groups, bring them together, and also help us navigate the world of tech media and help us get the information out about this very, very important tool, which was only going to be important and be useful if enough people knew that it was available. Lewis PR helped us do that. We also wanted to get the embeddable tool that both Google and Microsoft created that voters would be able to use to interact with and find their polling place and other election information. We wanted to get that tool on as many websites as possible, and we were successful with the help of Lewis PR getting embedded on about 600 websites for the 2012 election. So one of the things Lewis PR was able to help us do was to better use social media to reach out to our stakeholders and to voters. So for instance, before the election, Lewis PR helped set up a Twitter chat where we let folks who were using Twitter and were interested in VIP and tools that were available for the election help inform voters, help engage them in a chat about what were the possibilities. And it was enormously successful. It was our first Twitter chat that we had ever held. So on Election Day, Lewis PR's involvement and partnership with us was crucial, and they really performed. We had a war room on Election Day where we were ready to rapidly respond to any issues that came up throughout the day, and Lewis PR staff was with us in the war room throughout the entire day of the election. As people probably understand, that's not an 8-hour day, that's a 12, 16-hour day from the point the polls open on the East Coast to the point the polls close on the West Coast. Very long day, a lot of activity, a lot of media attention to what's going on. Lewis PR was right there with us throughout the day, helping us to respond to any challenges that came up. And fortunately, they had done such a great job before then that we were able to address most of the challenges that might have come up well in advance of Election Day. As a result of all the efforts that we had in our partnership with Lewis PR, 25 million lookups occurred on the Voting Information Project on Election Day. That meant 25 million times people went to the Voting Information Project, accessed where they were supposed to vote, what was on their ballot, whether they needed to bring ID. In the context of about 90 to 100 million voters going to vote on Election Day. That's simply tremendous. It blew away our expectations for Election Day. We were thrilled with it.